You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole and Nightwish Army. We are back with the Buenos Aires concert and we are doing Dead Boy's Poem. The highly anticipated Dead Boy's Poem begins.
Silence for love, a perfect concert, my best friend. So much to live for, so much to die for. If only my heart had sing what you can say, forget what you can't play, hasten to drown into beautiful lies. Walk within my poetry, this dying music, my love letter to nobody. Never sigh for better world. It's already composed, played and told. Every thought, the music I wrote, everything I wish for the night. Wrote for the eclipse, wrote for the virgin, died for the beauty, the one in the garden. Created a kingdom, reached for the wisdom, failed in becoming a god. Never sighed for better world. It's already composed, played and told. Every thought, the music I wrote, everything I wish for the night.
If you read this line, remember not the hand that wrote it. Remember only the verse, song makers cry, the one without tears. For I've given this its strength, and it has become my only strength. Comforting home, mother's lap, chance for immortality. Where being wanted became a thrill I never knew. The sweet piano writing down my life. Teach me passion, for I fear it's gone. Show me love, hold the long. So much more I wanted to give to the ones who love me. I'm sorry. Time will tell this bitter farewell. I live no more to shame, nor me, nor you. And you, I wish I didn't feel for you anymore. Thank you.
Wow. Dead Boy's poem. What an amazing song, and what an amazing visual it gives you. And maybe amazing's not the correct term, because it was a somber feeling for me, at least, with a little bit of triumph, because I guess in death there is some triumph, because that's an end goal for everyone at the end. So like you do reach something towards there. And their change up in the song in the middle there, and the way they just build it up. I love picking. I love the acoustic, and then they switched it in and brought in the heavy metal type of vibe with it when it needed. And the imagery was amazing too, because they had the swan there, which you guys have told us that in mythology the swan's one of the guiders to death. So it just had the correct visuals, and it was cool how much they tie in all their songs together, because the owl, I think the crow and the dove was the song, and then I think they even had that mixed with the swans there too. So it was awesome to finally get to hear this song. Was loving rocking out to it. Was feeling so emotional during it. So I'm really excited to hear what Thumbnail Lady also experienced this one.
I have to agree a lot with that somber feeling. That was a word that I was having a hard time kind of finding in my repertoire, and it was gone. It was just lost. So that was exactly how I felt.
Somber.
It was a somber feeling, like you were. It felt like you were in the midst of hearing his poem, his story, like a letter of I can't even speak, but being in that moment with them.
Yeah.
Because it felt, even here in our room, like listening on headphones, that it just pulls you into what is happening. Like it's a full body experience with how this song portrays.
Yeah, my heart shifted.
So like, I'll be honest, I missed the first half of the poem because I couldn't quite hear the first couple lines.
Yeah, I wish we had some lyrics to help us out there. Which maybe we should have had up.
Yeah. Well, the lyrics were on the screen in the background behind them, but I couldn't read them.
I couldn't read them the whole time too, yeah.
And so I missed the first two lines, but the final last lines, it wasn't even like, okay, goodbye, it was like, he was saying he was sorry because of his own shame on himself.
Right,
that he felt that he brought to other people.
He ended with, I'm sorry.
He ended with, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wish
he could have done more.
But wish you could have done more.
Yeah.
But then there was also the, I wish you could forget me, but I wish I could forget you too.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Like, I can never forget this, and I'm sorry. And like, it was a very, very touching, very heart-wrenching experience.
And it felt like it was a part of what maybe Nightwish was going through too. Like it really felt like this band.
There was a lot of emotion behind it. That was.
It felt like exactly. There was something real to this song that was so touching, and so moving. Nightwish can send you into different realms, like you're sometimes, like, if you guys saw him the last reactions, I was so hyped because of some of these amazing riffs that Empu was playing, but then in this he was going Pink Floyd style and kind of just the slow, just soulful long notes that didn't need to be too impressive, and Empu just always knows what to play, and he plays it so perfectly, and I always love when he comes in.
I loved Floor's singing right at the very end. It was like a call for it. Like she was calling out.
She's the siren,
right? It was that siren, right? And it was like it pulls your heart from your chest, and hearing her expressing the emotion that we were feeling, that realness, that rawness was expressed through her calling out, like at that vocal level.
So
it was
stunning.
Just like, oh my God.
I'm glad you brought that up because it was
like,
impeccable.
It was impeccable. Like, Flora never ceases to amaze because of her range that she has. But that shift, the different shifts of the song where it was like you're in the moment, you're being read this letter.
Yeah.
You're being read this poem of this person that you knew, who you felt for,
Yeah.
is no longer there. And they're ending with, I'm sorry, I wish you could forget me, but I wish I could forget you too. And I know I'm not quoting it perfectly, but
course.
it's like, and that calling
That's
out
what we've
and that
gotten out of
guiding
this,
from
at
the
least.
dove as like that.
The swan.
The swan,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
And that guiding and
Yeah.
like the visualization. The biggest thing I wanted to point out is the visualization is when they had in the background, it was actually a very young boy, like a
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very young. Very
young boy
Yeah.
being
Hits us
guided by
hard.
the swans. And so that
We got a young boy currently and one coming.
and one on the way. So my son's 12, and the image of that boy, that was younger
Oh yeah, very much
than even
younger.
Avery.
Yeah.
So
way younger than Avery.
that just hit me really hard. And it's like, so, and then the crying out at the end. So that was huge. And it took me a bit to kind of even get my words together and everything, because it was so impactful.
Yeah, and to think Floor just had a touch with death and she didn't need to write that final poem for us, and she just performed her first show yesterday and had a kick-ass time, and some of you in our YouTube community even got to see her, and they're seeing them today. I believe in Wembley, which is in England, I think. So if you guys got to see her perform with this very special tour that she is now back on with Nightwish again, let us know, because if you got to hear this song as well there, that would have been even more impactful and just such an amazing time. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, that's like I'm so happy for Floor. Like, I'm so happy she's good. I'm happy for her and for her daughter, because she has her family and
baby.
everything.
Yeah.
And like, that must be so hard for her daughter to be going through too, and her
Yeah.
family, like, oh my goodness, what's like, mom's sick.
No kidding.
So like, that's where my mind goes, is I'm always like, that would be so hard. And I'm so happy that they are like, they're good.
Yeah.
She's healthy, she's safe, her family's happy, her daughter can still like hug her mommy and everything. So, yeah.
That's amazing. The Valkyrie goddess conquers even cancer. So
Yeah.
isn't she amazing? You guys are amazing too. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. If you want to chat with us outside of YouTube, you can check our Discord down below. Thank you guys so much for your viewing, though. We appreciate all of you. We'll see you next time. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace and love.
God
Bye now.
bless.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.
A special thanks goes out to all of our wonderful patrons. We appreciate you so much.